shoppers, we're having a special today on not getting shot, but it's only available at the back of the store.
Wisteria Lane has a serious problem. And no, it's not just adultery or arson. It's the fact that if you're not one of the main housewives, your chances of survival drop drastically. Yes, got dirt on the main cast, dead. Causing drama, dead again. Unless you're Susan. Of course, Susan gets a pass for some reason.
Called it today. He said I was on a lucky streak. No, you are lucky.
Inconvenient for the plot. Oh, you better believe you're dead. It's like writers spun a wheel of death every time they needed to wrap up a storyline, and honestly, it's kind of hilarious. Why Desperate Housewives is still iconic. I love Desperate Housewives. It's one of my favorite shows. It's that perfect blend of nostalgia and comfort like every early 2000s drama. The mystery is riveting. The writing hysterical. This show ran for 8 whole seasons. They have to be doing something right, balancing the soapy chaos with actual emotional depth. Desperate Housewives flipped the traditional image of housewives on its head. Instead of just devoted mothers and dutiful wives, these women were messy, flawed, and sometimes even criminals.
Oh my god.
It was also a game changer for primetime television. The mix of dark humor, soap opera level drama, and genuine emotion made it stand out. The narration by Mary Alice added a unique touch, turning every episode into a cleverly written tale filled with secrets, betrayal, and intrigue. Plus, it wasn't afraid to take risks. The show tackled infidelity, financial struggles, mental health, addiction, and even murder, all while keeping that signature blend of satire and sincerity. The cast chemistry was another huge reason why it worked. Terry Hatcher, Felicity Huffman, Marcia Cross, Eva Longoria brought their characters to life in a way that made them feel real, despite the outrageous storylines.
Tell you guys something I can only tell you guys. Oh god, here she goes again. What grade is he in?
And let's be honest, the villains were just as iconic. Edie Britt, not technically a villain, more like a frenemy, but yeah, she was amazing.
You can't outfriend me, Meyer! I'm in the best shape of my life!
Orson Hodge, enemy turned friend turned enemy, he was good. Paul Young, he was a good villain. I mean, when he came back from prison...
Blame you if you hated them a little. Oh, I don't hate them. A little.
And started buying houses left and right. So funny. It was a pretty airtight strategy. I mean, turning them against each other and succeeding in it. What a master plan. Hey, I have to give credit when it's due. And that's how we know what he did in jail all those years, planning the ultimate revenge. Also, how can I not mention his relationship with Susan from season 1 to last? It was kind of funny.
Here, I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt! But you're evil!
And then there was the fashion, the set designs, the way Wisteria Lane became a character of its own, the white picket fences, the perfectly manicured lawns, it all created this picture perfect world that contrasted beautifully with the absolute chaos happening behind closed doors. But the thing is, every time I rewatch it, I can't help but notice the perpetual deaths that keeps happening. Like at some point it wasn't even shocking anymore, it was predictable. Side characters causing problem, too much drama, need a dramatic mid-season twist. What do we do? Kill them off. And the best part, every single one of them had a pretty major death. Like nobody just quietly passed away on Wisteria Lane. No, we have got planes, tornadoes, hostage situations, you name it. So today we are going to talk about 5 of the most hilariously random deaths on Desperate Housewives. Let's get started. Oh yes, Mona Clarke, a terrorist neighborhood snitch. Did she ever mind her business? Absolutely not. Did it cost her? 100%. Mona was just your average Wisteria Lane gossip girlie. We saw her throughout the series. She had her moments, once with Gabby exercising in a boot camp, or finding out Macy Gibbons was arrested and, spreading the word. But she didn't really matter until season 6, when she found out Angie was involved in some light terrorism and decided to blackmail her.
$7,000. That's what I needed to cover my mortgage, my car, everything for a year. $67 grand.
you could do that.
Bad move, Mona just couldn't keep her mouth shut. But did the writers let Angie actually handle the problem with character development? Of course not. Instead, the sky itself took care of it. A plane, a literal plane, crushed poor Mona. And the funny part, anybody was barely hurt. Oh, wait.
One moment, please.
Yep, almost forgot about that. But still, Mona, girl, how did you not hear a plane coming towards you? Right at you. How can you not hear it? Maybe you just accepted your fate. Yeah, that's probably it. Up next we have Carlos's mama, Juanita Solis Sr, the OG nightmare mother-in-law. Well, Gabby was no treat herself. I mean, for the viewers, she was iconic.
You're too liberal with the word.
But for the mother-in-law, not very much. You know, given all the cheating. Anyway, Juanita spent so much time trying to catch Gabby cheating on Carlos, and the minute she did, bam, run over like a speed bump. But wait, she didn't die yet. There were some stakes. She was in a coma for a while, but after some episodes, they didn't really know what to do with her. So, did the show explore consequences of Gabby's actions? Nope. Instead of dealing with the fallout, they just had her fall down the stairs and die, of course. The best part, well, the entire show just kind of moves on. Anyway, they do bring it up a few times, but it doesn't really come up until very last.
Killed my mother? What? No, who said that?
I thought you told him.
In the woods, alone? What, am I crazy?
What's for dinner? Justice? Nope. Consequences? Please, this is Desperate Housewives, not Law and Order.
But what if it was the cops? No, I can't go to jail. What, and we can't? Yes. You'll start a gang, Bree'll work in the kitchen. I'm the smallest one. I am so ending up somebody's bitch.
Nora. She had a brief but dramatic role in the show. Before Tom had even met Lynette, he and Nora had a one-night stand that resulted in her getting pregnant with Kayla. Tom doesn't really find out until very late, and when he does, he wants to be a part of his daughter's life, and that's fair enough. Nora, however, constantly clashes with Lynette, using Kayla as a way to maintain control over Tom. Anyway, Tom here is in a really difficult position. He wants to be responsible for Kayla, but he also wants Lynette to be comfortable with the whole situation. Given how shocking it might be for Lynette, and to deal with this, she deserves all the empathy and love and support. She's a real keeper. Now, Tom is notoriously bad at setting boundaries, which allows Nora to manipulate situations to her advantage. Pretty annoying, right? But instead of, developing conflict and resolution, they just gave her a bullet to the chest. It was pretty sad though, out of all the deaths.
I'll take him on.
Yeah, yes, I will. I will love her like she is my own.
Victor Lang, handsome mayor, terrible husband. Remember Victor? No? Yeah, that's because his plotline ended faster than his marriage. Well, he was Gabby's husband, and Gabby cheated on him with Carlos on their wedding day.
Okay, I am so sorry. But in my defense, you were always gone.
Well, he kinda deserved it. I mean, how dare he use Gabby for his political image?
Marrying Gabby is the smartest thing you've ever done. With her bringing in the Latino vote, the governor's mansion's as good as yours.
So, once Carlos and Gabby's rekindled love became too inconvenient for the writers to navigate, Victor found himself on a boat and fell. More like pushed, but you get the gist. But it didn't end there. He somehow survived it. Drowning would be too easy of an escape. How about a tornado? Yes, he died in a tornado. And just like that, gone. Another problem solved by nature itself. I mean, he was the mayor. After all, he could have called the police or, taken care of them himself. So, bye-bye, Victor. Before we get to the last one, let's do some honorable mentions. Sylvia Green.
I just came to talk to Adam.
Beth Young.
Ladies, Beth's here.
Alma Hodge. Mike Delfino. For the shock value, he didn't have to die. This one hurt the most. next is Chuck Vance, the worst character on the show. I said what I said. Okay, maybe not the worst. I mean, he was the kind of villain who wasn't even fun to watch. Chuck was just irritating. He was such an annoying character who couldn't take no for an answer. He literally made his life's mission to get back at Bree, and for what? Because she said no to his proposal? Dude, you're an adult police officer. Get over it and move on. Stop harassing her.
It's another guy, isn't it?
No, I assure you there's no one else.
Don't lie to me!
Bree had the worst luck in love, and it's honestly tragic how much she had to endure. While Gabby, Susan and Lynette had their own romantic struggles, they at least had a sense of stability. Gabby and Carlos always found their way back to each other. Susan had Mike from the very first episode, despite their dramatic breakups and will they won't they trope. Lynette and Tom were solid even when they hit the major rough patches. But Bree, she went through a string of manipulative and deceitful or downright outrageously dangerous men.
You killed Rex.
And every time it seemed like she might find happiness. Okay, not every time, just once with Keith. That's what made Keith such a breath of fresh air, a break from the routine. He was the only man who truly allowed Bree to break free from her rigid perfectionism and just live for a moment. Bree's romantic journey was exhausting to watch because she deserved so much better. Coming back, his death was kind of satisfying. Actually, very satisfying.
Great, no need to call me back. Just wanted to let you know that my unofficial investigation is about to go official. Be at the station tomorrow morning at 10. Bring a lawyer.
Run over, case closed in the most literal way possible. Thanks also. What have we learned today? If you ever find yourself in Wisteria Lane, follow these simple rules. Don't get involved in any secrets. Avoid getting too close to a housewife. And if the writers don't know what to do with you, start planning your funeral. Because in Fairview, if your presence is inconvenient, you are already dead. Okay, it's just a pattern I noticed and thought why not make a video out of it. And here I am. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please like, share and subscribe for more chaotic TV deep dives. Thank you so much.